Hallå! Idag ska jag ta och spela en spel som heter Slay the Prinsen. Totalt sett är det en skräckspel kan jag säga, men det är det enda jag vet om. Och har jag också en vän av mig som joinar mig här. Som du kan höra där. Jag kallar han hockey. Vilken sån hockey?
Jag är potet.
Ja, han liker kalle alle sammen potet. Men han kan være min sånn guide-person som kan være med og hjelpe hvis det kommer ned på en jeg ikke helt forstår, kan jeg si. Ikke sånn?
Bare kom til dø forferdelig.
Ja, jeg vet det. Ta det med ro, hockey. Så hvis vi begynner for deg selv. Okay,
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Ja.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Ja.
Oh.
You're here to slay her.
Nei.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Hvorfor det? Okay, just there.
What kom du velge?
I spend it and of the world. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can our prince looking away in this same and this world?
Ja. Jag har varit i musik.
I didn't ever have anything to back it up.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Ja, kommer så långt.
Okay. Ja, men...
Du vet vad det betyder? Vad det var?
Jeg bare stiller gjennom sånn sist gang du vet. Jeg vil se... Just...
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
Ja, du känner det, inte sant?
Jeg vet du er en av de.
Men vad? Jävla stackars.
Jeg vet det der. Okay, just det. Hva annet kan vi først snakke om? Jeg tror jeg fortsatt tenker på...
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay, gjør du det? Okay. Kan du jo...
Du kom til dø forferdelig. Hva var det som kom til å le på deg?
Kommer alle til å gjøre det? Okay. Okay, hva med...
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Hva? Kan du ikke få det nå?
Du får kjøre både før det skjer.
Er det bare vekker i både? Er det kulmen?
Du får bare finne hvis du går inn og gjør jobben hans. Men spørsmålet om du gjør jobben hans.
Jeg ser. values.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
Va?
Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Er du enig med han?
Nei. Du kan ikke gå rundt og drepe prinsesser, kan du det?
Nei. Okay, well then.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Ja, hvor er klokken da?
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she is dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Ja, hvordan vet du det?
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
Hvordan kan hun leve der? Hun er ikke omfanget der.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Ja, hva? Er hun en høne?
Nei, snakk om metaforen av hva som kom først. Kylling eller hønen. Altså, jeg hadde ikke noe tenkt å snakke på samme måte for hva som kom først.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Ja, og det vet jeg at du gjør dette på oss.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it. Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
Ja, kan vi gjøre det da?
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Hva?
Ja.
Like I said, I
Det er
don't
det som
make
skal
the
gjøre det.
rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Kan ikke du gjøre det?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a
Hva?
special reward. But whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Okay, du sier det. Okay, jeg vil se. Hva skal jeg ta?
De har bare et valg. Så hva skal de gjøre?
Tør jeg være det livet?
Ja. Du kan bare si ha det, vil du ikke gjøre det.
And I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Sier at om vi fanger deg, så er det du kan fange flue med løgnene hennes.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
Du er det meg, du er bare en forteller.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Vel, er vi mange? Ja, det er dere som ser på, er det de? Dere er velkommen med å være med på det.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Ja, det er bare en liten hytte. Hva sier du om dette?
Det ser veldig fint ut å bo der oppe. Utsikt over hele skogen. Det er ikke veldig koselig.
Det er en hytte. Det er veldig koselig.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slave them.
Ny stemme. Yay.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Hvordan vet du hva han sa? Har jeg bare en valg her?
Ja. Gå videre. Kom on.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Vad vill du båda nu? Det är bara så mycket rum här.
Kunde kanske få plats till sängen med akra på vänster sida.
Här tänker du?
Ja.
Va? Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Vad vill du göra med kniven då?
Jag brukar till att klä mig i ryggen.
Va? Kan du göra
Ja, jag är det du brukar kniva till.
Okej, jag då får bli så arg bakom där kommer det bli.
Ja, det går fint där. Det går helt fint.
Okay, yes, take this blade and this arm.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Jo.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Ja, är du klar för det, Hockey?
Ja.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Jag tror det är söta stämmen nu är skyldig.
Okay, just hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you.
Hello.
I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you. Det är också det står här uppe nästan.
Nej, det står... Jag ser folk att du ligger, så du ligger. Nej, det betyder ligger.
Okay.
Det är rätt över där, det betyder att du ser så.
Okay, I think I'm here to slay you. Okay, kniv dem här, okay. Just in time test. Jag ser ingenting där. Vet du vad jag ser där?
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting that out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Jag tror Johan kör hockey.
Ja.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
Va? Inte med.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
Är du enig med han?
Ja.
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever.
Forever? Hur länge har du väntat där?
Och så till
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Nej, det är det inte.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Vad kan hon göra? Hon kan inte göra förvandla till polisslut. Okay, hold on, let's take it a bit fast.
Ja. Vill du snacka?
Ja.
Okay.
Jag kan inte få en.
Bara fuck you, rör mig.
Okay. What your name? Ja, jeg vil vite hva du heter. Jeg vet ikke hva du heter.
Oh,
Er det alt du kan si?
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Kom an.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Jeg vil ha et navn. Ikke... Ja.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Ja, ok. Prinser. Er det navnet ditt? Ok.
Nej, altså jeg kan... Hvor kjemis... Vi får med at sige, at... Hvor kjemis navnet hos Airpods-prinsesse. I stedet for en titel. Og så siger jeg, det vil være lidt rart, hvis nu heter prinsesse.
Ok, jeg spør om det. Ingenting.
Nope.
Seriøst? Bare prikke. Er det alt du kan si?
Ja.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Ok. Du gjør meg forvirret.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I
Hvordan
must
kan
have
du
a name, though.
glemme ditt eget navn?
Everyone has a name.
Har du glemt navnet sitt?
Okay, that's weird.
Okay.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade and slay her before it's too late.
Er det alt det du tenker på?
Jo.
Ok, just det.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Okay.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
Hva?
That's hardly relevant.
Er du fucking ærlig?
Jo.
Okay.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Okay, så... Ja, gå videre. Okay, just det.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Det var litt rar reaksjon, men ok.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Det var.
Så har du blitt tatt en drage.
Men... Ja, drage hadde en nøkkel, eller låste hun i det her. Og hev nøkkelen meg. Normal dag for meg.
Ja, helt sikkert noe som du vet, drage elsker fangeprinsesse.
Ja, hun blir gamle historien, ja.
Ja, kanskje dette er i denne gamle historien.
Jo.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to
Hvorfor kan du
trust
bry
whatever
deg?
she comes up with.
Er det hva jeg sier?
You're only making this more difficult.
For deg, ja.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake.
Kan du betale meg hva det er?
No, you're doing the right thing.
Ja.
Det er det right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nej. Dragen hävar en väg.
Wait, what?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Klart att den väg.
Ja.
Jag vill säga här.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Okej. Ja, väl, det ser ut att dragen låste mig inne och...
Is someone else here?
Ja, dragen.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Det är du som säger.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Ow.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Nej.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Tror du jag är en av de väldigt sådana mässiga då?
Altså, jeg tror, at du ser på alt det du klarte å skrive på deg selv, du altså var så best sitt. Du rotet deg selv i en situasjon ikke du skulle ha gjort. Sånn type greier.
Hva tenker du da?
Hva jeg tenker?
Ja.
Nei, fuck han har røyt han.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Ja, dragen gjorde.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Ja, hon får ju panik. Det betyder
If I
inget.
could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Ja. Men va?
Ja,
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing
Vilka har
metal.
gjort det?
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Bara save det, prins.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Musen håller kniven.
You cut into her flesh.
Musen håller kniven.
Ja, du har kniven så kommer det på musen.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Ja,
No,
leave.
we
No,
won't
no,
have
wait,
any
wait, I'm
effect.
worried
The
about
stakes are too high.
Ja,
You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Åh nej.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What?
What are you doing?
Oh god. Lace. Slay.
Onward. Du går onward.
Stop that.
Die.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Good service, hjärtat.
Väl visst du vill. Eller, vill du?
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Okej, mig då.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours
det
both
verkar nog
seep
härligt.
into the fabric.
Charles stirrar dig rakt i mörkret.
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Va? Oh, chapter 2.
You're on a path in the woods,
Va?
and at the end of
Vilken
that
av dig
path is a
starten?
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okej, du saknat det här.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Det var ju du sagt.
For déjà vu.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Okej.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Okay.
We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options. I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Okay.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I was not gonna think of it.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
You researched about it.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
Do you steal the milk first?
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
Ingenting jag sa, det kan ju vara såna kanske.
That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right? We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions. What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world. Just be quick about it.
Baba.
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Okay.
No.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Baba.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Good point. That really explains almost everything. I'm not so sure about that. You know, you're right, but it explains almost everything. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her? Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. I don't think either of you really need to press the man on this. He wants us to slay the princess, so why would he have anything to hide?
Okay.
Seems like a nice guy to me.
Huh?
I appreciate the vote of confidence, but you should really stop wasting time chatting amongst yourselves in the woods. So, if
Ja, nu på alla
move
sidor.
this along,
Okej.
great. Now,
Eller
if
sidor
you
som
don't
har
mind,
så
the whole
hjälp
world is
på.
waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin. A warning before you go any further.
Ja, det då.
She will lie, she will
Det har ju
cheat,
du
and
sagt.
she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
Okej, får vi se vad du tycker det låter.
The interior of the cabin is a mess of
det
twisted
är
roots.
det där.
The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that,
Hey,
almost
är
as
det
if
på här
by
då?
accident, just happened to resemble a room.
Nej.
The floor
Men
is
det-
damp and earthy, and the
no.
only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Va? Det är ju en spelare.
There's definitely a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Come on now. He's pretty much in charge here. When have authority figures ever lied about anything? If there were a mirror in this cabin and we were supposed to look at it, he would have told us about it.
Jag säger ju det. Men vilken sida är du på?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done? Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Va?
So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much
Det är
to
en
see here.
spelare.
This really
That
isn't
didn't
funny.
spell.
You reach forward and rub your hand against
det
the
är
cabin wall.
spelare
I
verkar.
hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Nej, du är det.
Well, at least we can all agree now that there's nothing to see here. Case closed. Good work, everyone.
Vet du vad? Jag hatar dig då. Nej. jag
No
tycker det.
blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time.
Vilken sida är du på?
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Ja.
The door to the
Proceedable.
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Och- I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Va?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Okay, Meg.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
Okay.
Fine. You're the boss.
Ja, du brukar för lång tid.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
Oh, see,
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
Ja, och du tror det på mig.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine.
Good.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Varför?
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Så. Hur lägger du?
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
Det var ingen väg.
If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
Okej.
Kunde. Det är väldigt många val. Kunde. Skulden. Men lägger den. Lägger den. Lägger den. Lägger den. Lägger den. Ja, det var allvarligt.
Okej, we'll see.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Okej.
You were the one who tried to kill me when my back was turned. You were the one who started all of this.
Nej.
Only a poor loser twists their own failures around on the winner.
Va?
Va?
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Det är du som tänker då.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
Ja, vad menar du med det?
The princess
Oh.
grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
Okej.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky
Visste
little...
du hon ville göra det?
Kanske.
Kanske, ser du.
A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Går vi namn till det där?
This is why she can't just be abandoned here.
Vad sa du?
Left to her own devices,
Ingenting.
she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Levanger stoppar hon i G-ranket och samtidigt jag har knibblade med. Hvordan kan jeg stoppe hon? Kan du fortelle meg det?
Han bara ser på magens gräns, bara fick en blöd där man mjuk.
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event.
Ja.
She needs us to get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it for the world, remember?
Nej, min memory är rystan.
Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. She might not literally do that, but she could very well symbolically do the same
Hon
thing.
har klöa. Kan du tänka på, huh?
See? He gets it. There's nothing wrong with looking out for number one.
Ja.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you
Hon
and
får
she
höja
are
mig.
face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you
Det var
find
länge
yourselves
verkligen.
face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's
Det var
reach.
lite misstänklig på mig.
Tror du stämmer
For
inte?
you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Ja. Vill du gå först eller?
We can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Nej, jag ska rycka på dig. Vet du vad? Jag gör detta.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
Ja, det.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
Jag ska rycka på dig.
You step onto the stairs and begin your descent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
No.
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing.
Nej. Låt sjöstångsitskon jag får göra det.
The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think you know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble down the stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken.
Oh,
one unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I like We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Du tänker på det.
Maybe you were, and maybe you weren't. But even more than I wanted my freedom, I really, really wanted to hurt you.
Ville ha halsmärtor på dig istället för fred.
Only one of us could make it up those stairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned. Where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like,
wow, that's
an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. You're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
Hon knockar beinet så.
Ho! As bad as us.
Va?
Så du hulknackar också.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment, as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Va?
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
Ja, är det allt det du tänker på?
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Ja.
Cool.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Jo, hon har
Hello?
ett
Are you still there? What happens next? I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Oh my god.
Va?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
God's sake, spejlet.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him. I'm begging you, don't do this. It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Oh, Ash even did.
It's you, the dick.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Snacka med henne nu.
Okay.
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Va? Andra sidan?
The other side.
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Jag vet inte. Jag vill bara spela.
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you. I know only that they are. I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh, come on.
Go.
Oh,
Well,
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okej, det kan jag se. Jag tar mig på stoppa här och får vi se nästa episode. Får vi se vad Valgre kommer till att göra denna gången. Och Hockey, han kan vara med på detta när jag kan spela Lady Princess. Ikke sant, Hockey?
Ja, det går bra.
Ja. Men som jag kan se, när vi spelade detta, det var 2 folk, meg og han. Men til det, ha det.